33 million wallets in 54 days. Well, what do I mean? Here you go on your screen. Midnight Glacier drop, a little update for you guys. If you're a holder of ADA, Bitcoin, XRP, Solana, Ethereum, BNB, Avalanche, and BAT, you potentially have a claim for some Night tokens. Over 33 million addresses are eligible for free Cardano native Night tokens. You can check your allocation and claim. The window closes in 54 days. That's 54 days from the time of recording, which is August 11th, 2025. Now, on the live show last Wednesday, I did a live demonstration, and we got hung up at the very end where you had to sign a message. Well, I was at Rare Evo. I spoke to some of the devs. Right now, truly, as far as ADA is concerned, the only hardware wallet that you're eligible to actually sign from is Ledger. What I was using was addresses from my Tangem wallet, which is not supported yet. Trezor on Cardano is not supported yet. I'll give an update on which ones are supported, and if there's a timeline for the other addresses that are going to be eligible to sign so you can claim your Night tokens. So in this video, we're going to talk about that. We'll also take a look at price action on ADA. Where's price headed to? Pretty bullish pattern printing on the daily for ADA. Let's start here. This is from the Rare Evo conference. Talking about Midnight, a little 1-minute clip. Let's take a listen.
Technology that Midnight is introducing through the smart contract allows privacy by default, disclosure by choice. And you may have seen at our booth or heard recently that this week we launched Glacier Drop, a new innovative way to put community first, to put fairness first. So Midnight, with its 24 billion Night tokens, is making all of them 100% of supply available to claim from 8 different ecosystems: Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, XRP, BNB chain, and BAT, the Brave browser network. This is about putting fairness in a secure and safe manner and putting the network in the hands of the community. This is not about one chain above the other. This is not saying the others have not done well or have failed at their mission. This is about filling a gap that we need, where the gap is privacy by default, disclosure by choice.
Privacy by default, disclosure by choice. I like that. And so again, guys, just a little update. So this is from the actual Midnight Foundation. We're aware of a complexity issue affecting Bitcoin claims with Ledger devices. Some Bitcoin accounts, which have multiple addresses, may incorrectly result in an error message that no eligible addresses were found or not all eligible addresses are recognized. Our development team is actively working to address this. We want to reassure you that your allocations are safe and not impacted by this issue. We will provide an update as soon as we can have more information. We appreciate your patience and participation, and we'll continue to keep you updated as we work to resolve the issue. Now, again, across the board, when you talk about hardware wallets, Ledger is really the one that's ready to sign. That's the last piece you need to actually get those tokens in your wallet. Now, I'm aware that for Trezor, as far as Cardano is concerned, because Trezor, I believe, is working for some chains like Bitcoin, but not for the Cardano native chain. But what I'm hearing, and when I spoke to some of the devs at the conference, Tangem on the way, Keystone is ready, Ledger is ready, obviously Lace.io is ready as well if you have your ADA tokens there. But if you have a Tangem, if you have a Trezor, if you have, I don't know, an Elliptical, whatever the hell that one's name is, any other hardware device, you cannot sign yet, okay? And so, again, we still have 54 more days, and we'll keep everyone updated on that process and where we're at. I'm working on bringing one of the Cardano devs to do a video with me to answer any of your questions that you may have. So do me a favor. In the comments section, if you have any questions about the Midnight airdrop, how to claim, the process, if you're getting stuck, if you're having issues, drop them in the comments section, and I will bring in one of the Cardano devs, and we will talk about it and answer all your questions in a special video, hopefully over the next 7 to 10 days. Now, again, as mentioned, for more information, okay, as far as, well, is my wallet okay? Can I use it? What about this network? What about that network? This is the website you want to go to, and I will link this in the description of the video, so you can just click the link and go. I will say, please be careful. There's a lot of scam links out there, a lot of phishing links that'll you connect your wallet and you lose your money. Don't do it. The link I'm going to put in the description of the video is an authentic link from the Midnight website. But you can see here, for example, Cardano. The only hardware wallet that's eligible or that can sign the very end is going to be Ledger. But if you zoom out, and you go down to Bitcoin Network, you can see Ledger and Trezor are both good to go to sign for those midnight tokens. And so depending on what blockchain you're trying to claim for and where it's at, if it's on a hardware wallet, if it's on a just a hot wallet, if it's exchanges are a whole different story. I don't think they're participating. And so that's one thing to keep in mind, which if you're watching this video, you've probably been around Cardano for a while. You shouldn't have had your majority of your Cardano on an exchange anyways. In fact, really none of your crypto on an exchange either. And so again, I highly recommend those of you that are confused or don't understand, go to this website. Again, that link will be in the description. It'll be titled Glacier Airdrop Walkthrough or Glacier Airdrop Review. And it'll take you to this page and you can read those in detail yourself. And then once you're ready to claim, you're going to go to this site, which again, I will drop the link in the description. It'll be the Claim Your Airdrop for Night. So you go here and then you click Claim Now. It'll take you to this window here. There's a little video in case you need to, in case you want to watch it, need some more information about the Night token, and then you click Start a New Claim. You select whatever blockchain network. So let's say you go into Bitcoin, confirm network, and then it gives you the option to either do it through a connected hardware wallet, a browser wallet, or you can manually input your address. You click Continue, you put in your address. Now, again, where I got stuck last Wednesday was at the very end where you need to sign from the origin address. And well, because it was a Tangent address, I wasn't able to sign. And so that's just one thing to keep in mind. If you have a ledger or your money's on Lace or Vesper or Eternal, you should be fine as far as Cardano is concerned. BTC, on the other hand, Trezor's fine, Ledger's fine. Again, go through that list and check on all those hardware devices. All right, let's talk a little bit about price action and well, what's happening with ADA as far as fundamentals. This is posted by Ali_charts. Over 200 million Cardano bought by whales in the last 48 hours. There's a lot of hype at that Rare Evo convention. Midnight was really the focus. Obviously, they sponsored a lot of the events. They sponsored the Poker Classic. They had a big booth at the actual convention. And so a lot is happening. And again, guys, we have 54 days to claim our tokens. Let's get into price action a little bit here on Cardano. Now, I did mention a very bullish setup here on the daily. You have an inverse head and shoulders playing out right now, which that measured move should be, and we can just take this, should be around 87, 88 cents, depending on where this thing breaks out. Excuse me, around 92 cents, which brings us to this last top we had on a wick. This was back on July 21st, where Cardano got all the way up to 93.82 cents. That is where this measured move is going to take us. And so a double top pattern potentially, but we know this is a super bullish inverse head and shoulders pattern. I did want to also, as I remove some of these brush strokes, do want to throw on the price actions concepts here from Lux Algo. You can see massive liquidity grab happening around 83.1 cents, which pushed the price back down. And again, when price was pushed down, this brought us into that very bullish inverse head and shoulders pattern. We do also, around that area of around 80 to around 85 cents, we do have a large order block. Around 17% of all ADA was traded, with sellers edging out the buyers, not by a lot, but by just enough to push the price back down and get that rejection off of that 83.6 cent level. We pull up some market cipher B. Money flow is currently in the green and expanding at 11.5. You can see here a little bit of bullishness. Okay, looks like the bears are starting to lose steam. We had this low here. This is around 72. And our second low came in when ADA went down to, and we can check where the price of ADA went down to. I believe it was like 78 or 79 cents. Let's take a peek here. Bottomed out at around 69 cents even. Elon Musk would be proud if you were watching this video. But you can see here, higher low, which came in at 44 versus 71. What does that mean? That means the bears are losing momentum. Oscillators, though, we want to see these oscillators take a U-turn and start to point back up again to see that momentum is shifting from the bears to the bulls. Now, you guys know, if you've been around for a while, Cardano, it could put you to sleep and then it moves and then it wakes you up like a splash of cold water to your face early in the morning. So I will say, do not be sidelined when that move happens. Okay, one more thing I want to throw on here is Market Cipher A. Take a peek at anything we see on Market Cipher A. Not really. What I will say, though, is we're seeing increase in volume, okay, on the daily chart. We saw volume start to dip, And now volume is starting to rise again, okay? And I believe that once we break out of this inverse head and shoulders and hit that 92, 93 cent level, $1.20, $1.30, I think is right around the corner. And then you start getting FOMO, you start getting some retail in here. Let's say night goes extremely well. Partner chains, Bitcoin DeFi, there's a lot brewing under the Cardano hood. So stay tuned. We have an entire playlist curated for you. If you're a Cardano fan, make sure to check those out. Subscribe to the channel. Come check out our live show Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Till the next one.